today, I guess I can start with, the last chapter I read, which was 1 Samuel 25. One of the things that stood out to me in verse 3, I was just reflecting. How did an intelligent and beautiful woman like Abigail end up marrying a foolish man called Nabal, whose name meant foolish? How did it happen? And that's an interesting question because it happens every day. It happens to the best of us. It's, I reflected on that a bit, really. And there's so much to talk about, to say about that. Many things, Sometimes good people are people pleasers, They're not able to stand up for themselves. They just give in because they don't want to offend other people. They're not discerning enough. Discernment is important. You can be intelligent, but you need to be discerning. We need to be led by God. Sometimes, intellect doesn't see everything. I'll pack that for now. The other thing that stood out for me, I'm just picking a few things, was in verse 11. So, Nabal, for instance, was just an unkind man, right? Number one, David, sent his servants over. Okay, maybe I should actually, do a preface of what the story was about. So, David was at this time running away from Saul. He was in the desert somewhere, and he sent his men to Nabal, who was a rich man. Nabal, I don't know, to say, hey, can I have some of your sheep? I took care of your sheep while they were with me. I made sure nothing got missing and all that. And Nabal is like, and David was like, go in my name, tell them you're from me, David, because he understood the power in his name. He understood, how powerful his name was. And Nabal was like, Enyintanu, where are you from? Who are you? Who's your father? And basically just sent them away. And the men reported this to David, and David was so upset. And he was furious, like, seriously? I wasted all my time watching over these guys' flocks for nothing? Like, what do I gain for all that? And David got so upset. He told his soldiers, guys, get up your swords. We're going out. This man, God deal with me if I don't kill this man this night. Looking at previous stories, the previous chapters, this was one time where David did not see God before heading out to fight. In the previous stories before now, David would always inquire of God. Every step he took, he would always inquire of God. Should I go? Should I pursue? Will I win? Will I overtake? He always wanted clarity and direction from God. So it was so interesting. And I think, one thing to learn from this is how easy it is for people to push us, for toxic people to push us to do things we wouldn't normally do. We have to be on our guard, that we don't allow these kinds of people bring out the worst in us. We must always keep our values no matter what. Don't react, in anger, or don't give in to emotions. Let the values be a guide. And then Abigail's servant told her, hey, this has happened. You need to do something about it. Number one, Abigail was approachable. They couldn't approach Nabal. They were like, nobody can talk to him. When you get to that point in life where nobody can talk to you, nobody can reach you, that's a part of destruction. And Abigail, being a wise woman, she just made haste, got out so many things, so many items, She didn't even tell the husband because, hey, the man was foolish. He would have deterred her from going. And she knew the consequences of not going. She knew she had to save her family. She knew if she told him, that meant death for everyone. So this is where wisdom comes into play. to know when you need to divulge information and when you just need to act and inform afterwards, knowing fully well that your actions are for the good of everyone. And she rushes over, goes off, kneels before David as he was approaching, and, just begs him and pleads and, tells him how the husband is a fool and how David is a mighty man of God and how God is going to do great and mighty things through him. He should not have blood on his hands and all of that. And smart woman, at the end of her, speech is like, by the way, don't forget me when God has done all this for you. And I'm like, girl, you're married. Like, what were you thinking? Like, you already knew this foolish man of yours, this husband was gonna die. What is going on here? Like, this man was, prophetic in a way, because the Nabal ended up dying because when he heard, that David was actually on his way to come attack him and kill him, he died out of shock. I mean, God killed him. And David ended up sending for Abigail to become his wife. So that was an interesting story. Another thing I picked up was the fact that we shouldn't expect to be paid back when we do good to others. That was what really got to David. Like, I did so much for this guy and this is what I get, and then he was going to avenge himself. Just do what you can do for people, whether they appreciate it or not. Yeah, just let it go. Leave that to God. And the wisdom of Abigail and the way her story turned around. She wasn't married to a fool for life. Hallelujah. That was 1Samuel 25. What do you guys think? Should I keep doing this? I think I'll keep doing this because I feel God is leading me to keep to do this, and I may reach more people this way than just via my blog. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.